Hi guys, it's Minecraft. Welcome to another Minecraft 1.10 modding tutorial. Today I'm going to teach you how to set up your mod part 2. So, last time we've got this environment variable set up and we've got this environment for a mod. We run it and we was playing Minecraft modded. So yeah, so we've got our development area sorted. So what we're going to do now is crack right into the code. So, first thing you need to do is make a package. This is like sort of like folders where you're going to put it. And if you have like a domain, like a website, so say you've got cjminecraft.com, well in Java it's known to do com.cjminecraft, but I don't have that domain, so I'm just going to do cjminecraft, and then I'm going to do a bit of everything, which is just where I'm going to stick it, and that's a new package. So that's just our folders. And I'm going to add a new class. I'm going to call this bit of everything, which is just going to be your main class. This is that runs your whole mod. So in here we also want to add a new class, and we're going to call this reference. This is where we're going to store all of like stuff about our mod. So we want to add a public static final string, and we're going to call it mod ID. We're going to set this equal to nothing at the moment. We need another one, public static final string, and its version. And then you need another one, a public static final string name. And we're going to fill this in now. So mod ID, typically it's either the name of your mod or a shortened version. So mine's going to be BOE, but no capitals and no spaces. Now the name can have spaces, so I'm just going to do bit of everything now. One word, and here I put in version, so that's actually the name. I'm going to just move these around just so it looks nicer. The version, well, for now it's just going to be 1.0. And what I can do, here you need to do @mod. This is defining that this is our mod. And we need to Control-Shift-O to import this. We're going to do mod ID is equal to reference dot mod ID. Name is equal to reference dot name, and version is equal to reference dot version. And like so, that will like us. Now we need to have three methods that run at the different stages. Now there's 3 stages to setting up, like loading the game. You've got the pre-initialization stage, the initialization stage, and a post-initialization phase. And they just happen one after another. So to define it's a phase, you need to do @event handler, and then you want to do public void pre init is what I'm going to call it. Open it up, and now inside of these brackets, which is the parentheses, we need to take in fml pre init, and I'm going to press Control and space, and it will just fill that in for us. I'm going to call that event, and I need to import event handler. We're going to do @event handler and public void init, and that's fml initialization event, so initialization event like so, and that's also event. And finally public void post init, and this is just going to be fml post initialization event like so. We just set up our mod pretty much. So next what we're going to do, we're going to make a new class and call it .util, and this is where all of our utility stuff, so everything that is like extras that are useful classes that we need. So we're going to make a default class called utils, and we're going to add a logger, which is a better way of printing stuff to the console. So the way that we're going to be doing this is going to get a private static logger, and what we're going to do is we're going to import this logger by hovering over it, go to the org.apache one, and then what we're going to do is add a get logger method, so Control space and get logger, Now, we need to actually initialize the logger. So what we're going to do, we're going to check if it's not equal to anything. So if logger is equal to nothing, then we're going to initialize it. So logger equals log manager dot get formatter logger, and it's going to be reference dot mod id, and then it's just going to return the logger, which is great. Now in here we can actually log messages, which is great. We won't be using this yet, but I can show it in action. utils.get logger dot, and then you want to do info just as a normal info. I'm just going to say pre-initialize, and it's going to put these just for all of them. I'm probably going to remove this after this video. Now we can close this class now, and now we need to set up proxies. Now what are proxies? Proxies is basically you have two proxies, a client proxy and a server proxy. Server proxy handles all like tile entities and data sending to the client side. Client side handles the rendering of stuff. Server, like for entities, the server handles the entities, but the client handles how the entities are rendered. So we have to have these, and we're going to add one, and new package called proxy. We're going to add two classes, so common proxy, it's going to be our server proxy, and a client proxy, which is going to be our client proxy. Now the client proxy's got to extend a common proxy like so. So what we're going to do is just add a public void register render. We're not going to fill this in today, that'll be filled in the next tutorial. And what we can do is actually register renders and override this method. So, because this has to be done on the client side. Now, what we need to do now, you need to actually like state where these classes are. So we need to do a public static final string and server underscore proxy underscore class, and that's equal to nothing at the moment. I'm just going to copy and paste this because we've got to do this for the client side as well. So a client proxy class, and inside here it's just the way you get to it. So common proxy siege of Minecraft.bit.everything.proxy. So paste that and then do dot and common proxy for the server, and do dot and client proxy like so. So now in here what we need to do is at sided proxy server side, and at sided proxy we want to just import this, and we want to do server side is equal to reference dot server proxy class, and client side is equal to reference dot client proxy class. And what we want to do underneath this is a public static and common proxy, and that's our proxy like so. And just got to import common proxy. Now in the pre-initialize event, I'm just going to do this after we've printed it out. I'm just going to do proxy.register renders, which is actually going to call both of these methods, one on here and one on here, but this will only call it on the client side here. Now we also need to make an instance, so at mod.instance, and it's just reference.mod.id. Then you want to do a public static bit of everything, and going to call this instance like so. Now we've set up our instance and our proxies, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to just run this game so that you guys can see this stuff happening in the console. So I'll show you this in the console. So when Minecraft loads up, we should be able to see in chat, no errors, and a working logger. So we're setting the player, and if you just move this to the side, it's constructing our mods now, and here we should have BOE pre-initialize. Great, so it's just run the pre-initialize codes there, and then we'll have another one come out. So it's now on the initialization phase, so it's just doing the Minecraft stuff, then you'll do our stuff. But as you can see, mods is now here. We've got bit of everything. Now, no mod information file found. So we need to fill this in now. So on resources, we already have this file. Now just go fill this in. Mod ID is BOE from reference. Mod name is bit of everything. And a description of the mod, so add a bit of everything. The version, now we could just leave it as this. I'm going to just change it to the version that we've got in reference, which is just 1.0. Minecraft version, it's supposed to do it automatically, doesn't change, so it's 1.10.2. URL, this is if you have a website, so http://cjminecraft.theclever.me. That's my website. Author, just put in your name, and credit me because I am boss. And if you just run this, this should actually update the text that appears on the mod screen. Okay, so the game's loaded up, so you should be able to go to mods, bit of everything, and we have everything filled in. We can actually click on this, and you'll actually open up the link, which is great. It has everything on correctly, which is brilliant. And obviously everything will work exactly the same as it did last time, because we haven't added any items or blocks, which we hopefully can be doing next time. So, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am out.